welcome today, and today we'll be exploring the concept of suicidal. Why people suicide themselves? What is it that is going on in their mind when they think like suicide is the answer? And we know when people are thinking of suicide, it means like they feel like there's there's a dark clouds on their mind, on their thoughts. They don't think beyond what they are seeing on their mind. So that's why there is depression or this nervousness. So it means on their mind they think it's the end. They don't see anything beyond that is better. Like there's nothing better than their current life that they're thinking right now. Because depression or suicide is something that is coming from the mind. So all you have to do, relax your mind and open the dark clouds, open the barrier that is blocking your mind to see beyond the present, because you're on the time. When you're thinking that suicidal is the way, you're on the time, you're on the mind. The thought is controlling you. You can't see beyond the future. You can't see beyond like the present. Everything that is happening, you think it's ending right now. This is the end. That's why people, when they intersect, they fail at school, they think of depression. People, when they did wrong, they think of depression. All these things they lead to suicidal, or they can become suicide. It have been happening on their relationship. People have been cheated. They think of suicidal. They don't think that there's something beyond which is better than what's happening on this current time. And it's just the universe. It's in synchronicity. It's giving you the symbols. It's like an angel. It's trying to align what's happening and where you really should be in the time, in the present, in the now. Don't suicide. Suicide is not the answer. When people are thinking, if you're talking about it on the psychological time or psychotherapy or psychiatrist, what's really happening on the patient mind is the patient, they're having a depression. On this depression, there's nothing that they're thinking which is beyond right now. That's the primary thing that is happening on the mind. You're thinking you're being blocked by now. So this is important. When you're depressed, meditate, try to stay meditate, try to not overthink the situation. It's going to calm your situation down. Try to see that there's something beyond the life that you're thinking. Don't be trapped in the mind. That's what we do in this channel. We try to teach you to overcome the mind. When you overcome the mind, you won't be depressed, you won't be thinking too much, you won't be nervous. You're going to be able to take in charge of your life. There's nothing that is bigger than your life, man. You can't take your life because of the problem of this world. Your life is all. It's the things that are happening, the challenges that you have to overcome to see the growth. But if you're really trying to think suicidal is the answer, you're giving up. You're not gonna grow. You're still a young man. We don't have to make you feel this like when you're thinking of such depression, because you really need help. You really need help. That's why at the people that are really depressed, they cut themselves to feel the pain. Feel that pain. When they feel the pain, they're taking the mind away from the mind to the pain. Understand? They're taking their attention from the mind to the pain. That's why people cut themselves when they're depressed. That's why people, when they're depressed, they think that right now there's no any other way. They go and find themselves in a good space. That's why they say when you feel like you are depressed, go and eat up the wall, man. Eat up the trees, man. This is what you have to do. You should understand that there's always an answer, there's a solution for everything that you have. Don't be depressed and think that suicide is the answer. People that are depressed, let's get deep into it. People that are depressed, if we go into psychiatry of the mind, people that are depressed, there's nothing that you can do in that person. There's nothing. It's all upon their mind. You can show them the blockage that is happening in the mind, but it's all upon their choices. That's why it's important for you to always analyze your mind. Psychotherapy, they can tell you, analyze your mind. Always try to stay calm, be in them, listen to the breath, man. That's why they say, breathe, man. When you're doing that, when you're breathing, you're taking your attention of the focus from the mind. You're taking it to the present moment. When you're in the present present, there's no thought. When you're in the present, there is no thought. You are overcoming the life, you are overcoming the barrier that is happening in the mind. So what you have to do, stay calm, stay calm. That's why you have to meditate on the time that it's happening right now. Meditation is a must by this time, because there's plenty of challenges, plenty of things that are the negative around the world that are happening. This negative, they're looking for the inhibitor that they can inhibit the mind of the people that are depressed, that they are helpless. So the more you stay positive in your life, the more you stay clean and clean your aura and always be calm in every situation or most of the situation, then this negative, the suicidal thoughts, they're gonna come and just disappear. It's a thought, it's like a 5-second rule. In that 5-second rule, it's gonna appear in the mind that right now there's no any other things that can be better than taking my life away from myself. So when you're taking this life, you're gonna end the one be suffering, you're ending all the suffering. It's just a couple seconds thought that has come to your mind and you give it attention. But if you just give it calm and look it in a positive way and look at it, it's gonna pass, man. And you're gonna, the moment when it passes, it gives a space for other opportunity, for the other things that are better in your life, for the solution. So the more you think depressed, you are dwelling in that thought, you're getting into it, you're giving it life, you're giving it energy, and it's gonna overcome like the time is gonna, because you're in the time, it's gonna be all over the mind. It's just like a pool, it's like an energy pool. It's gonna give like also the things that have happened long time ago, that the world hasn't been good for you, people haven't been good for you. But if you come, there's no other thoughts that is gonna pull. But if you give it energy, the energy that you give is the energy that is gonna spread, is gonna throw it on those other thoughts, and they're gonna come to you in a rapid way so that they can overcome the mind. But if you're not in the mind, man, you can relax. You just relax, and when you relax, you overcome the situation, you find the answer, you have the solution, you have the problem is just here, and the problem is not the problem when you're not in the mind. The problem is the problem when you're in the mind, because it needs to be solved. But when you're in, you overcome the mind, there's no problem. You just overcome everything. You have the solution for everything. The life is in harmony, your life is aligned. So make sure to stay calm. Make sure to meditate in the situation on a daily when you wake up. Meditate so that you can see, you can face the things that are coming in your life, the things that are coming. You not have to face it. It's the things that they are meant for you to take you from the place to place. They show you the growth. And the other thing that depression does, it wants you on an isolated place. It won't isolate you, because when you're isolated, you don't have people. Because when you're around people, if you're feeling like you're depressed, take your time, go to the people that you connect with, and then watch the movies that you feel like is full of laughter. When laughter, you know one of the power of laughter. When you're laughing, when you hear people are laughing is contagious. When people are happy, it's gonna affect you too. You're gonna be affected by that happiness. That energy is gonna come in your life. You're gonna feel better and better and better. So when you feel like you're depressed right now, take your time to see the solution. That depression is not, it's an illusion, man. It's a time. People that are depressed, the people that are on the mind, the people that have sick and they gain like spiritual enlightenment, they can come to a point where they think like suicidal is the answer, because they feel like even though they can have money, they can fulfill the success that they wanted in certain aspect of life, but they can still think like those things are not enough, because they're causing their own problems. They get too much in the mind. The mind is always gonna give you don't see like life it have value, and it's filled with value, man. Life is the one that it's like a body. It's a spaceship for the eternity to experience the three-dimensional world, and for you to experience the other dimension as you grow and grow. So if you think that like life is worthless, that means there's too much problem that you have to face by that time, and it's all in the mind. Just take the time to take out the mind. It's all in the mind. Depression, suicide, it's things of the mind. It's like a demons that are coming to you, and that point when they give you a parallel world that you can commit suicide. It's a murder. You can commit it to suicide. When you're committing a suicide, the point of your life from the time that you take that action and you transcending from the life to the other life, It's the time where these demons, they are overcoming, they're taking all the life, they're coming to this dimension through people that are suicidal. Some of them, they can think they're spiritual, but they're still putting their demons in this world. So be an angel, man. Be a light. Always filled with love, positivity. This depression, this thought, they don't have energy to come in your life. Just meditate. You're gonna see what I'm